In the silence that followed the death of Moses, a voice shattered the stillness, a voice that not only spoke to Joshua, but echoed through the ages. Moses, my servant, is dead. Now therefore, arise, go over this Jordan. These words, charged with divine intent and unyielding purpose, set in motion one of the most epic journeys in biblical history. When God spoke to Joshua, he didn't merely issue an order. He transferred immense responsibility directly onto Joshua's shoulders. This was not just a call to lead, but to step out from the long shadow cast by Moses, a formidable leader in his own right. Joshua, once a quiet observer, was now the chosen leader, thrust into the spotlight at one of Israel's pivotal moments. This transition from assistant to leader underlines the suddenness and weight of his new role, marked clearly by the divine assertion of his leadership. The gravity of being chosen by God to lead his people into the promised land is both a formidable honor and a daunting challenge. Joshua's leadership was divinely mandated, setting a profound example for all who follow in positions of power and spiritual authority. Joshua's response to his divine commission was immediate and practical. He commanded the officers to go through the camp, urging the people to prepare provisions. This preparation was not just logistical, but also psychological, setting the stage for what was to come. The 3-day period was symbolic and strategic, providing a buffer for mental, spiritual, and physical preparation. It underscored the urgency and the importance of the mission. This brief window allowed the Israelites to transition from a state of mourning and inertia into one of active engagement and readiness. Preparation in biblical times, as now, serves as a foundational step for any significant endeavor. For Joshua and the Israelites, it was a time to gather not only physical provisions, but also to steel themselves for the challenges ahead. This proactive step was crucial for the success of their monumental task. One of the most reassuring aspects of Joshua's commission was the promise of God's unwavering presence. As I was with Moses, so I will be with you. I will not leave you nor forsake you. This pledge was both a comfort and a powerful motivator for Joshua. This divine assurance was crucial, considering Joshua was stepping into the shoes of Moses, a leader who had direct conversations with God. The promise highlighted that Joshua, while a different leader, would not be alone. God's guidance would be constant. In leadership, the sense of divine presence gives an extraordinary source of strength and confidence. For Joshua, it was the cornerstone of his leadership, ensuring that his actions were aligned with a higher purpose and under divine protection. Be strong and of good courage is a directive that reverberates through the text, emphasizing its importance. This wasn't just about physical bravery, but also about moral and spiritual courage, standing firm in one's convictions and duties. The repeated emphasis on courage highlights its critical role in achieving the task set before Joshua. It was a reminder that the path would not be easy, and fear must not deter him. This exhortation to courage was tied directly to the success of Joshua's mission, linking bravery to divine blessing and prosperity. Today, this call to courage resonates with anyone facing daunting tasks, reminding us that true bravery often lies in adherence to divine will and moral fortitude rather than mere physical strength. Joshua was instructed not to stray from the law of Moses, to meditate on it day and night. This adherence was not about blind obedience, but about understanding and living the principles that the law embodied. The law served as Joshua's guide, a constant reminder of his duties and the expectations of his role. It was meant to govern not just his actions, but also to influence the culture and ethics of the people he led. Success, as mentioned in the scriptures, was directly correlated with his and the people's fidelity to the law. In contemporary terms, this underscores the importance of foundational principles in guiding leadership and governance. Just as the law was central to Joshua's success, so too are core values and ethical guidelines central to modern leadership. The crossing of the Jordan River represented the first major test of Joshua's leadership and the people's faith. The river, swollen with spring floods, stood as a formidable barrier to the Promised Land. Joshua's leadership was evident in his faith-driven decision to step into the waters, a move that required both physical and spiritual bravery. The miraculous parting of the Jordan as soon as the priest's feet touched the water was a powerful affirmation of God's presence and the righteousness of their cause. This event teaches a crucial lesson about the power of faith in overcoming obstacles. It also serves as a reminder that divine assistance often requires an act of human initiative and courage, a principle applicable in many of life's challenges. Joshua's address to the Reubenites, the Gadites, and half the tribe of Manasseh was significant. He reminded them of their commitment to aid their brethren, despite having received their inheritance on the east side of the Jordan. This appeal to unity and collective responsibility was pivotal. The concept of a united front, where all members contribute towards a common goal, is essential in any collective endeavor. Joshua's leadership in fostering this unity and reminding them of their commitments ensured a cohesive and motivated group. This narrative segment underscores the importance of solidarity and shared responsibility in achieving large-scale objectives, a lesson that resonates in both ancient and modern contexts. The people's pledge to Joshua, "All that you command us we will do, and wherever you send us we will go," marked a crucial moment of consensus and commitment. This was not merely a promise of obedience, but a declaration of trust and unity. Their response mirrored the commitment they had shown to Moses, indicating a seamless transition of leadership and an acknowledgement of Joshua's authority as divinely appointed. This collective commitment was foundational for the challenges that lay ahead. This dynamic of leader-follower relationship in Scripture provides deep insights into the nature of effective leadership and the importance of mutual trust and respect in achieving common goals. Joshua was promised that no enemy would stand against him, a profound assurance given the numerous adversaries that lay ahead. This promise underscored the divine backing that Joshua and the Israelites had, reinforcing their morale. The narrative reveals that overcoming opposition was not solely about military might, but also about the strength of divine support. This assurance allowed Joshua to face challenges with confidence, knowing that success was ordained as long as they remained faithful. The story of facing and overcoming opposition is timeless, offering lessons on resilience and the importance of divine support in facing life's battles, be they physical, emotional, or spiritual. The division of the land among the tribes was not just a fulfillment of a promise, but a manifestation of divine justice. Each tribe received its inheritance, a tangible sign of their long-awaited rest and reward. This allocation process was meticulously planned and executed, reflecting Joshua's commitment to fairness and divine directive. The fulfillment of this task also marked the completion of a journey that began generations before with Abraham. The equitable distribution of resources as seen in Joshua's story offers a paradigm for modern discussions on justice and leadership in resource allocation. Joshua's leadership is often evaluated through the lens of his obedience to God's commands and the subsequent success that followed. His story illustrates a direct correlation between spiritual obedience and effective leadership. The biblical definition of success in leadership, as demonstrated by Joshua, extends beyond mere achievement to include ethical conduct and adherence to divine principles. This holistic approach to leadership is increasingly relevant in contemporary settings where ethical leadership is prized. The principles that govern Joshua's successful leadership continue to serve as a guide for leaders seeking not just to achieve, but to inspire and lead with integrity. Joshua's legacy is marked not only by the conquests and settlements, but also by the spiritual and moral foundations he laid for Israel. His leadership style, centered on obedience and courage, left a lasting impact on his people and on biblical history. His story provides a blueprint for leadership that transcends time and culture, emphasizing the importance of a leader's character and spiritual alignment. Joshua's legacy teaches us that the true measure of a leader is often seen in the values they instill in their people and the example they set. Reflecting on Joshua's legacy offers valuable lessons on creating enduring impact through leadership that is both courageous and conscientious. Joshua's journey from the banks of the Jordan to the heart of the Promised Land offers timeless lessons for today's leaders. His example highlights the importance of courage, faith, obedience to core principles, and the pursuit of a collective vision. Modern leaders can draw from Joshua's experiences, understanding that leadership is not just about directing others, but about inspiring them through one's own example and integrity. Joshua's reliance on divine guidance and his commitment to his people's welfare are particularly pertinent in today's complex leadership landscapes. His story encourages current and aspiring leaders to pursue their paths with courage, uphold their values steadfastly, and recognize the importance of divine and moral guidance in their leadership journey. Joshua's epic journey was more than a narrative of conquest. It was a demonstration of divine mandate, leadership underpinned by faith, courage, and adherence to law. His story remains a compelling guide for anyone in a position of authority or those aspiring to lead. The lessons gleaned from Joshua's life, courage, loyalty, faith, and justice, are not only historically significant, but are profoundly relevant today. They provide a blueprint for modern leadership that values integrity and vision. Joshua's journey, therefore, is not just a tale from the past, but a continuing inspiration, reminding us that at the heart of true leadership lies the courage to do what is divinely right and just.